been a pretty long time. A lot of you guys have asked us what's been going on. As you can sort of see, it wasn't by choice not having videos uploaded for you guys and the channel. I was in a pretty bad accident and multiple surgeries. I've had 3 surgeries just in the last few months. So my jiu-jitsu journey has been temporarily derailed, although I've still been active in my academy every day. But life certainly changed than it was 12 months ago when we finished regularly uploading videos and you heard from us every week. A hell of a lot's changed. Well, I guess as you guys can see, pretty banged up at the moment. Actually, I'm in a better state physically now than I've been in for a year. I had a couple of decades of just training and teaching and everything every day, competing, doing other fun things with my body too. And I guess, you roll the dice for a few decades and, you're gonna luck out or get unlucky at some point. And I was riding my mountain bike, my downhill mountain bike, which is something that I've done all my life. There's been other hobbies that I've had outside of jiu-jitsu because jiu-jitsu's been such a constant for me. My brain is happy to study, think, train, roll, learn jiu-jitsu 12 hours a day, every day. As my professional career grew, I would be teaching in the morning or doing business tasks in the morning and not during the day, because then I'd teach at my academy every night. And so I would fill my day with things that were not jiu-jitsu. 2 of my favorite hobbies would probably be bike riding, which I love, and I did a lot of competitive shooting as well, because those things were so different to my jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu was contact, people in front of me projecting information, and those 2 sports are not that. There's no one in front of me. You're in nature or out on a shooting range. There's certainly no one ahead of you for the most part. And that would be how I would sort of balance my life out. So it was jiu-jitsu morning, not noon, but night. And I mean, these aren't firearms injuries, so it was probably good I didn't have an accident, shooting my guns or something. But I did have not one, but a couple pretty bad accidents. I did have a training accident as well where a random injury occurred. And I was no stranger to crashing my mountain bikes. I've crashed heaps of motorcycles, let alone push bikes. I was no stranger to getting small injuries in jiu-jitsu or something, but they would just heal up, just be a bit sore. It's the first time, I guess, they say when it rains it pours sometimes in life, and it's been pouring pretty hard for the last year. And it all started just with a really bad bike crash that, I was admitted into the trauma department of emergency, but that wouldn't even be the last time I was admitted to the hospital, emergency trauma department in that year. So it's been a bit of a rough year with injuries. I've had 3 surgeries in the last 3 months. Before even those surgeries, I was basically unable to do my job whatsoever. I still tried, because operating in pain was better than not operating at all. And I couldn't just take time off because, I have classes to run, I have students that depend on me, and of course I love jiu-jitsu. So it's been a tough couple of years. You guys probably aren't even aware. You probably just watch the channel and be like, hey, why is this guy Tom not uploading? But there's been a lot of things happen behind the scenes. I saw my own life change drastically. I had a relationship of 12 or 13 years that ended, and you know, that's never an easy time for anyone, especially when there are children involved in things. And I'm happy to say that years down the track now from that, everything is in a perfect, wonderful, happy state. But anyone who's been through things like divorces, separation, you know, being separated from their children, know that it's not something you'd want to wish on anybody. And I'm a lucky person, a 1 in 10 person with a happy ending to that story. But I mean, yeah, it's been a rough few years. You know, I'm a really happy, positive guy. I still make a list of gratitude every morning I wake up. But life's definitely thrown me a few curveballs, and a few of them have hit me in the nuts, you know, in the last couple of years. But I am happy to say that, you know, we have some good things coming forward, and it's only getting better from here. And I know that, you know, you guys don't see, and he's probably going to hate me for saying this, but Garry behind this camera, you know, Garry's also had like so much stuff in his life in the last year or two as well. And, you know, you forget that the people that make these videos, well, they've got families, they've got pets, they've got tragedies that can befall them. And none of us are immune to that stuff of life. But I guess jiu-jitsu gives us the tools to deal with it. And I know for me, like out of all the life challenges that have been thrown my way in this last year, and the reason you guys haven't seen me on the mats doing what I love to do, is just one of those curveballs, you know. And 2023, you guys are going to get to see us bring back regular videos. I've done all of my surgeries that I've been booked in for, and I won't detail those too much, but multiple joints that you see in my body right now, and we're talking significant surgeries too. I have many, 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 many scars on my body, and they go from my feet to, like, you know, my head. But you know, jiu-jitsu's tough, and it's not about quitting. There's never been 1 second in my thought process of leaving jiu-jitsu. Leaving it as a student, no way. Leaving it as a coach, no way. Unfortunately, things like this channel took a toll. I was just unable to film. I was just unable to do things. It just wasn't even an option of me trying to demonstrate stuff. Due to my surgeries, due to the just ongoing nature of the pain in my body, that obviously I work every day, rehab multiple times a day to heal up. There was just, it was just not feasible to do anything more than really we were doing. Like for me to film one video or attempt, because it's not like we didn't try to make attempts. You know, I'd be on maximum dose opiate pain relief for a week if I tried to get a bridge over my shoulder or do a scissor sweep or something, or even kneel on the mat. It's not an exaggeration either. So when you go from training and rolling for hours a day and traveling the world, rolling and learning and competing with like the best black belts, and you can't even kneel on the ground or squat or lift your arm up to your shoulder. I had some nerve damage. I didn't know much about nerve damage actually. But basically, I had a traumatic incident that left me in a spinal ward actually, overseas. And I lost briefly like my ability to walk. Obviously. It's bad. And that was just extremely short-lived, although scary. But there was actually some damage from that to my neck and spine and stuff. And that was just operated on, I think 8 days ago. So apologies to my doctors if I should be in a neck brace or something right now. But in all seriousness, I think that was 8-9 days ago. And there were muscles in my body due to the neurological damage in the scar tissue that had actually wasted away. So, I mean, I could probably show you guys some pictures, but I won't. But there were several muscle groups that completely wasted away in me, as in completely wasted away, to the point where it looked like they'd been surgically removed. It was pretty gross. Probably still is, I don't know. I'm hoping they come back, obviously, to give you an idea of like some of the neurological damage that was done. You'll actually see, well, Garry can probably pan the camera, although he'll probably hate doing this. But you'll see there's a whole bunch of little girly weights. Obviously, using this is kind of out of my realm of possibility for a few months, but I do plan on rebuilding my body better than ever, and I think a bit wiser in ways. I think I went down a path of lifting too many weights and stretching too little. You know, pushing more when maybe a bit of meditation could have helped. I think I was a bit out of balance as an individual, as many people are that achieve anything, to be honest. So I think 2023 is gonna bring back the best. I hope you guys on this channel will enjoy the new format Garry and I have planned. And I think you'll see a bit of a different take to these videos, you know, because it's certainly a different Tom that's talking to this camera. And I think some of my energy has probably gone a little bit, as in my exuberance, but my love for jiu-jitsu, my love for helping people, my love of learning and sharing what I've learned and the benefits of jiu-jitsu, I can tell you right now that that is burning stronger than it's ever burnt before. And sometimes you have to have something taken away from you for you to appreciate what you had. And jiu-jitsu's been something in my life for decades that's never been taken away from me. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Corona sort of was close for a few of us because, like, for us, we were like locked away for 3.5 months, no training, rolling, anything like that. And that was as close as I'd had to having jiu-jitsu taken away. And it was an incredible mental toll, Corona, on anyone who loves jiu-jitsu. And if you're watching this, that's probably describing you. But we were all in the same boat, you know, and you get through it and you get back stronger. I know my academy is stronger than it ever was. And I love giving back to jiu-jitsu, and you guys are going to see that on this channel next year. Anyone who's watching this, you've probably been watching my videos since before any of this happened. So if you're watching this now, I appreciate you. I appreciate the support of the channel. I hope I've been able to be a bit of a guiding light, and I hope that these injuries and things that have happened to me can help maybe you stay a little bit safer. Maybe just appreciate the fact that if you can rock up to jiu-jitsu class tonight, be grateful. Even if you get smashed by all of your buddies. Because it's not until it gets taken away do you realize what you had. Because jiu-jitsu itself is pretty hard, you know, like you get smashed by your friends and you're getting like sweated on and you're out of breath and, you know, you got to keep pushing and you just hit like failure time and time again, even if you're winning the roll. But it's not until that gets taken away do you realize, you know, what you had. And I appreciate what I have, and I appreciate the fact that I'm going to have to rebuild that for 2023. And it's been a big process of me rebuilding myself. You know, when you go from teaching jiu-jitsu and traveling around the world, teaching seminars, and then that just comes to a halt. You know, any sense of identity that you had linked to that is also just comes to a halt. So it's been a very big period for me, I know personally, just as a man, as a teacher, as a father, as a son, as a brother, whatever. It's been a big change. And there's been physical changes. I feel the mental changes have been good. The physical changes are going to start getting good because I've finally done my last surgery. And so now it's about rebuilding. So those pink weights that you saw down there on the ground, you know, I picked them up for the first time today. They like weigh, I think 1 pound, half a kilo for those counting at home. And I just did a couple of rehab exercises because there's only been a few things I've been allowed to do with my physios, you know. And so, yeah, I didn't think I'd ever be lifting those pink weights. But believe it or not, before my last surgery, I could not lift even that pink weight, 1 pound, half a kilo, I couldn't even bicep curl it. I couldn't move it 1 centimeter. I couldn't even give the order for my arm to work. And I did a few sets. I did a few sets of pink dumbbells before, not trying to brag, but it feels good to rebuild. So I look forward to seeing you guys in 2023, and thank you for your support. Anyone who has supported the channel or our website or the merch or anything that helps us give back to you guys, thanks. I appreciate it. I have a lot of love for you guys in the jiu-jitsu community, and I thank anyone who's been a part of my journey, and I hope that this little story can help maybe give a little bit of balance. So if you get some sore ribs and you have to take 2 weeks off, you're not that bummed, because I've had to take off more than 12 months now, and it's not fun. So hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and stay safe and maybe not fall off your bikes as much as I do. Anyway, guys, thanks for your support. I appreciate you guys.